Hey bro, what's up? Welcome to another episode of 20% Fitness. In today's episode is about how many exercises minimum for balanced full body muscle growth. How many exercises do you need to hit every muscle in your body optimally in an optimized program? Let's hop into it. So the muscle groups you need to target if you want to train your whole body: the chest, the shoulder, the traps, the lats, the biceps, the triceps, the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the calves. Other muscles are usually not necessary to target, but optionally, you can also target the erector spinae, the abs, the forearms, and the neck. If you're a beginner, one exercise per muscle group can be enough. The more advanced you are, the more exercises you need per muscle group for optimal muscle growth. So let's see how many exercises do you need in total and how many exercises do you need per muscle group. Let's start with the chest. So, for the chest, also known as the pecs, the pectoralis major, you need one exercise. One exercise is generally enough. If you are more advanced, you may need 2 or more exercises for optimal muscle growth. Either a horizontal push or a fly. My favorite recommended exercise for a horizontal push is the push-up, and for the fly is the Bayesian fly. But you can also do bench press, dumbbell bench press, conversion machine press, and different types of flies. Shoulder, the deltoids. The shoulder has 3 parts: the front delts, the lateral delts, and the rear delts. You need one exercise for the lateral delts, a wide grip overhead press, or a lateral raise. You need one exercise for the rear delts, a reverse fly, or a high row. My favorite recommended exercise for a reverse fly is a Bayesian reverse fly, and my favorite recommended exercise for high row is a face pull. Usually you don't need isolation exercise for the front delts because they are stimulated enough by horizontal and vertical presses. The traps. No isolation exercise for the mid and lower traps because they are stimulated enough by vertical pulls and rear delt exercises. The upper traps are already stimulated by deadlifts and overhead presses, but you need an isolation exercise for optimal muscle growth. So if you care about your upper traps, you can add a wide or overhead shrug. Personally, I don't really care about my upper traps, so I don't isolate my upper traps. But if you want optimal muscle growth and you want to grow your upper traps, then you need a wide or overhead shrug for optimal muscle growth. The lats. This gives you the V-taper and really the width of your back. For the lats, one exercise is enough for beginners, but 2 is recommended for late beginners and more advanced. You need one close grip vertical pull and one wide grip vertical pull. Because for optimal muscle growth, you need the lats with 2 different movements. You need one that is focused on shoulder extension, so a close grip vertical pull, and you need one that is focused on shoulder adduction, a wide grip vertical pull. And this will maximize your muscle growth if you have these 2. And my favorite recommended exercises are the close grip chin up for the close grip vertical pull and the wide grip pull up for the wide grip vertical pull. Next, we have the biceps. I recommend one isolation exercise where the elbow is kept at the side of the body. My favorite exercise is the Bayesian curl for the biceps. You also get bicep stimulation by the compound exercises, and that may be enough for some people, especially beginners, but one isolation exercise is recommended to grow your biceps optimally. Then we have the triceps. One isolation exercise for the long head of the triceps. And my favorite exercise for the long head of the triceps is a one-arm cable overhead triceps extension. And no isolation exercise for the lateral and medial heads of the triceps are needed because they are stimulated enough by horizontal and vertical presses. If you don't do many presses, then you may need more isolation exercise for the triceps. Next, we go into the leg muscles. The quadriceps. You need one squat exercise, and my favorite squat exercise is the Bulgarian split squat, but you can do back squats, leg press, any type of squat, lunges, whatever you want, and one leg extension exercise. And my favorite recommended exercise is the unilateral leg extension. You may have enough with just one squat exercise, but if you want to be completely optimal in your quadriceps muscle growth, you need a leg extension exercise also. Next, we have the hamstrings. For the hamstrings, you need one hip extension exercise and one knee flexion exercise. My favorite recommended exercise for hip extension is the Romanian Deadlift, and for the knee flexion, you can do any type of leg curl. For the glutes, you need one straight leg hip extension exercise and one bent knee hip extension exercise. My favorite recommended exercise for straight leg hip extension is the Romanian deadlift, and as you see is the same as we had for the hamstrings. So the Romanian deadlift work the hamstrings and the glutes at the same time. Plus we need one bent knee hip extension exercise, and my favorite recommended exercise for that is the hip thrust. Then we have the calves. For the calves, you need one straight leg calf raise exercise and one bent knee calf raise exercise. And then you have optional exercises, for example if you are weak in these muscles or you want to train them more, or maybe you just want to grow these muscles more. What exercises I recommend for these muscles is the back extension for the erector spinae, crunch for the abs, wrist extension, wrist curl, wrist pronation and wrist supination for the forearms, and neck extension and neck curl for the neck. So now you know every kind of exercise you need for an optimal training program. So in total, how many exercises minimum for balanced full body muscle growth? 14 exercises. One for the chest, one for the lateral delts, one for the rear delts, one for the upper traps, one for the lats, one for the biceps, one for the triceps, two for the quads, one for the hamstrings and glutes, one for the hamstrings, one for the glutes, and two for the calves. If you're a beginner, you may need less exercises. You can keep it more to the compound exercises, and if you want, you just use one exercise per muscle group. And also, you may not need to isolate your biceps and triceps. If you are more advanced, you may need more exercises. The more advanced you are, the more volume you need, and the more volume you had, the more exercise variation you want to have. Alright, that was it. More information about training will be covered in other videos. So, for example, exercise selection principles, volume, intensity, frequency, periodization, tempo, rest intervals, proximity to failure, injury prevention, and other topics. If you have any other topic you want me to cover, comment below. Thank you for watching. If you want to don't miss out any of my new videos, subscribe and click on the notification bell. If you like the video, click on the like button. If you have anything to say, comment below. Ask any fitness related question and I will answer you in a future video. Thank you for watching.